Good morning. It's day 2. We've just left Cascia and we are at the moment on our way to a place called Roccaporena, which is where Saint Rita, she of the basilica and very colourful ceiling last night, was born. So apparently there's a whole bunch of stuff there dedicated to her. The path I'm currently following is actually the path of Saint Rita, and it looks like and feels like it could well have been the original medieval pathway. It's mostly wooded. Keep on getting occasional glimpses of beautiful landscapes and cliffs. But let's get going, see what today brings, and we can talk later. Day 2 on the Cammino di San Benedetto was a relatively easy hike, initially following a narrow pathway along the Corno River to Roccaporena. It was here that Margherita Lotti, or Saint Rita, was born in 1381. Upon leaving the town, the path began a steady ascent through magnificent woodlands, eventually arriving at a sweeping, open landscape before the medieval town of Monteleone di Spoleto. This is the traditional end of the stage, but I carried on for another couple of kilometres to the little hamlet of Ruscio and my home for the night in the old school there. And there you have the rock itself that this little village is named after. Right at the top you can see a church that apparently Santa Rita used to climb up to pray there. There's now 300 steps up. I have to think about whether I go up or not. My knees are generally not very good on long steps. That's what happens when you get middle-aged. Been bird walking probably about a kilometre or so, maybe a little bit more. It's not too steep, but there's a good gradient on it. Shortly we should be turning off the road onto a path, continuing uphill, and then we potter along at around 900 metres above sea level or thereabouts for a couple of kilometres. So for the next couple of kilometres we'll do a slight ascent, about the same sort of gradient that I've been walking up on the road. So I stopped in Roccaporena. I didn't climb up to the church. I don't want to risk sort of putting some strain on my knees when I know it's not something that they're very good at. But maybe one day I'll come back and go up and have a look. But stopped, had a half a panino, had a coffee, had a chat to the lady who was running the bar. And she was saying that I shouldn't walk this hike on my own, that I should have someone walking with me, but I was explaining that I like to do things on my own so I can make my own decisions and choices, but she didn't look convinced. welcome bench. Had to sit down on the bench, finish the panino that I bought this morning, and ready to tackle the last couple of kilometres. I saw a sign earlier warning about the guard dogs that they have for the livestock here, and it sort of gives instructions about what to do if they come towards you barking and that kind of stuff. I'll show you what happened when I arrived. So this beautiful dog just padded up and started snuffling around for a little bit of food. Obviously I didn't give it anything, you're not supposed to, but yeah, there's a couple of others turned up, so I've got to get ready and head down in that direction. So hopefully they'll all be just as friendly. We'll find out in a minute. They've just started barking. Let's see what happens. The dogs were fine. There was a little bit of barking at the beginning when I got a little bit too close to the goats and the sheep, but as the flock moved on and the dogs started following, they just left me alone. So just don't antagonise them, don't raise your voice, don't make any sudden movements, and 99.9% of the time they'll actually bark, leave you alone. Once they realise you're not a threat, they're fine. But I suppose it's good because I do like dogs, but if you're a person who doesn't, I guess it can be quite intimidating. Anyway, let's keep going. Got about 3 kilometres to Monteleone. I'll probably stop there, have a break, maybe get some gelato, have a little bit of a look around. So just had a break in Monteleone and now leaving the little village and heading down into the valley to Ruscio, which is where I'll be spending the night. It's all very pretty. Here we are in the little place, or not so little place, in Ruscio. It's actually an ex-school, so I'll be sleeping on the floor. I'll roll out my mat and sleeping bag and get a good night's sleep here. I was supposed to be using the tent tonight, but the space that they have at the back of the building is not usable at the moment. So they were very apologetic, but I'm going to have to sleep inside. It's not too bad. There's a fire, which is very nice, very pleasant. It's still getting a little bit chilly in the evenings, and obviously this is a room that isn't used very often. So I should get a good night's sleep. I've been able to wash everything, hang everything outside, so hopefully that'll all be dry tomorrow as well. Today was all about woodland, and what amazing woodland it was. So had one of the best days of walking in woods that I think I've had in Italy in a long time. Usually you get sort of part of your walk in woodland. It's very unusual to have almost the majority of the day, and every single corner, every single kilometre was different, so amazingly enjoyable. So I've just heated up my noodles. I'm going to go to bed early. I want to get an early start tomorrow. I've got a very short day, but I do want to do a bit of exploration when I get there. I haven't really had a lot of time to do that so far. Okay, have a good one, and we'll speak soon. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Please do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.